What up, fool?
What up, dude?
We get to talk about shoulder turn today.
Yes, sir. A lot of misconceptions around shoulder turn.
Loads of misconceptions, and we're going to set them all straight today.
Let's do it.
Ready to do it?
Yes, sir.
This is what's so cool about the shoulder. So keep this one here, like it doesn't move at all in space.
Okay.
And move that dowel in a circular manner, kind of like boat drill, but this one doesn't move. Good. So like right here, and I'll do this to the side, you can see like right now, see how just the right shoulder is moving in space, but the lead is not moving at all? So there's so many different things that we can, it doesn't mean like that because I'm moving this right shoulder complex that the left one now has to move. It's not just this clunky thing, like we can move this.
You can move
or
it
I could move
independently.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting. Okay.
Which is nice because as I do that, what that shows, like this action right here, see how like this whole chest line gets spread?
Sure.
Because of how I'm moving this one, there you go, exactly. So this isn't really moving in space. It did, but you can see that it got pulled on because all of this tissue is elongated, it's loaded.
Yeah, right across this chest line here.
Exactly,
Okay.
exactly. Okay, so if you grab that dowel again for us,
Sure.
how we would like to see the chest line or the shoulder line move in space. It's here, there. A small version of that is this. So this now is the backswing. See how the dowel almost climbs? And then as you turn, goes in here, and then it falls down, and then you turn again. Go ahead and give them booty view. What we'll see is the dowel initially almost climbs straight up, but what that does is the scap is elevating, meaning it's going vertical.
It is, yeah.
Then you'll start to turn, and now from here, we'll go into scap depression. The scap's gonna go down, so now the dowel is going straight down. Then we'll turn. So it's interesting if you go straight down the line again, just to be able to see this in 3D space. The first little move, there goes the dowel. See, it's almost going straight up in the air. This dowel is going up.
Absolutely.
It's not going here.
No, it isn't.
So shoulder turn, we hear a lot of like, turn the shoulders, and people just flash this over, and then they'll throw this vertical and over.
So we see kind of the opposite shape being made.
Exactly. Now, this is really cool. If you pair that into where the golf club is just gonna swing in space, okay, I'll be the golf club.
Okay, you got it.
Okay, so if you didn't have any arms and this was just thrown around based on the forces that the shoulder line is throwing, show the improper.
Improper, okay.
So it goes in here, then there. See where that golf club worked? Okay, now show proper.
Okay.
There's how the golf club worked, which that's how the instrument's designed. What the shoulders do, how they move in space, will help to affect where the golf club wants to move in space.
Good, good, okay. I like that.
Which is really helpful and handy. This notion of the under spiral is really important. Loop brachyism, right? There's this under action, under. See where I'm throwing force, it's this way.
Yep.
It's like a throwing softball, I'm here.
Underhand.
I'm not overhand,
Got
right?
it. Got
So
it.
if I'm over, I'm this way.
Sure.
And again, this is the problem that people have because if you're thinking about shoulder rotation in the idea that I'm just rotating this level, you have a massive problem. Because the first thing that you're gonna do is throw the golf club under the plane.
Sure.
And
So
nobody's
right
just
here.
gonna let the golf club keep going under forever. Eventually I gotta lift it, so I'm gonna lift it late. And now by that time I'm turning already, and now it's out here in space. It's just whacked out.
Yeah.
So like this look where I'm turning, lift, and turn is improper because that's not how the instrument's designed. We like it to get up on the plane a little bit. So if I let this happen, see how vertical this look is,
Yes.
right? Well, where does that throw the golf club?
Out above the plane.
Out above the plane. So now if I throw it above the plane and then turn, just that action makes the golf club want to seek this space.
Sure.
And now from here, even if I depress this, now I keep it going under and then I turn.
There you
so
go.
the whole look would look vertical turn, vertical turn.
Love it.
It's just a different way to motor the golf club in space.
Sure, so the way that we're controlling that club moving above and below the plane is through the shoulders.
Exactly.
So scap elevation to get the club moving above the plane.
There you go.
Then I can turn and then
turn,
scap depression to get it falling below the plane.
There you go.
And then I can turn.
Exactly. The other thing that we'll see that people get in trouble with is they'll turn in this manner. So really this isn't moving in space. The left shoulder is the one that's moving out and away.
So we see that a lot.
Yeah, we see that a lot where people crash into the space and they have to extend to get up, which is whack too. So instead, if I just am focused on this right shoulder complex, feeling like it gets a little vertical and then starts to turn, so it moves me away in this space.
Yeah.
So you can really just focus on what's going on in this circular manner. It's elevating or working vertical. Now it's working on a horizontal plane. Now it's working on a vertical plane and on a horizontal plane. It's this shape. That's it. And what's interesting, like most people when we show them this, they go, feels kind of good.
It does
It
feel
feels
good.
hitty, like I can impart force onto an object
That's how an
properly.
athlete moves, man. Totally.
Yes,
Okay.
it just feels nice.
Yep.
So let's do this. Hit me a shot, TJ, and this might not even look necessarily golfy.
Okay.
From like the ribs down, no movement. Motor the golf club in space because of how you're moving this whole right shoulder complex, but really what we're talking about is moving the scap appropriately. There you go. And just chip one into the screen, just a little chippy one.
Okay.
But your pelvic line better not move at all. Cool.
Is that kind of what you're after there?
You bet. We're moving this actively and passively moving the center of mass of the club head in space. This region, where is it going to move based on the scap's movement? There you go. Now, if you just made that a little bit bigger, other things are going to respond.
Yeah.
So the pelvis can move, the knees might move, the feet might move, blah, blah, blah.
So in that move, I mean, you didn't see the pelvis move because the shape was very small.
Exactly.
But if I made that shape even bigger, then the rest of the body starts to respond is kind of the idea?
That's exactly right.
Okay.
Yep.
So I can just make a bigger shape now and allow my body to respond to it.
Exactly. There you go. Pretty cool. But what's nice is like now, instead of like trying to affect the pelvis, trying to affect the hips, trying to affect the knees, foot action, all that stuff, you're focused, hyper-focused on one specific joint complex, this right shoulder complex right in here.
Yep.
And it affects everything else in an effective way.
Cool.
If you feel like you don't have any space, I can create more space by moving the right shoulder complex away. If I need the club to fall down underneath the plane more, then I can let it fall in here as it depresses more. You can play with it so that your swing just feels nice.
That's cool. Yeah.
Because-
So if the golf club's doing something you don't want it to do, you can play with these moves, add more in certain areas
Exactly.
to influence what that instrument's doing.
Because in essence, what we're doing is we're talking about two directionalities.
Yep.
We're talking about a vertical plane and we're talking about a horizontal plane.
Okay.
And now you can just add or subtract from that and mess with the sequence of it.
Sure.
If I don't have it up on top of the plane, like long enough, I'm going horizontal too early. So I need more vertical, then I need that horizontal.
So if people can't get here, then they just go this way.
So it's going horizontal too early. And see how that affects the directionality of the center of mass or the club head.
Absolutely. So it's kind of like vertical,
There you go.
horizontal, vertical, horizontal.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. It's not kind of like that, it's exactly
Cool.
like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right
And
on.
what's nice is now, when I've got the golf club motoring in that space, like now it's in here,
Yep.
I can just go boom right into the back of the ball this way. So I'm
Yeah.
not hitting down on it, I'm hitting level into it. It's
a good
here. This is the down part. I need this to go down, then level. There it is. There's the hit. So it's just different maps on how we're moving this, but we're affecting this through what I'm doing in the shoulder complex.
Got it.
And of course, yeah, are there other movements? Yes.
Tons. Yeah.
But what we're talking about right now is this idea, this notion of what shoulder rotation is. And we just see it all the time. This is not shoulder rotation.
No.
This is thoracic spine rotation.
Sure. Sure.
And it's just improper. We're not level. We're this way.
Yeah.
So like, see when I'm making the shape, it looks like an infinity sign right here? This is the infinity that we're looking for. There's infinities in everything that we do,
Yeah,
right?
that's
Where the pressure in the feet is going, what we're doing in the shoulder complex, it's all this like curvy nature. Makes you feel like a snake.
Yep.
Vertebrates, baby. That's proper shoulder rotation.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, baby. hit flushers.